Good afternoon. My name is David Bradley. I'm the chairman of Atlantic Media, and together with Bloomberg Philanthropies and with the Aspen Institute, on behalf of the Atlantic, I want to welcome you here. I know we are not for everyone's favorite city right now, but as a native of 66 years, I'm very glad that you're here. If I may, let me set you up on a problem that we think about a lot at the Atlantic. There are 200 magazines and newspapers that are thought to be national publications. So everyone is fighting for, each one is fighting for its own independent, original contribution it can make. Most are reporting the news, so there's a flow of news that are going by and they're reporting it as it happens. The Atlantic has chosen a position, one level of abstraction from the news. So when you read the news, often in hearing in the news is an idea. And finding those ideas is what our staff tries to do. It's really hard. I don't know how often we do it to the highest standard, but every once in a while on little things or on big things it really clicks. So here's a modest example. I think we all know just through the news that WeWork and Uber and Lyft and so forth, they're all losing money. It'd be hard to make news reporting that news. But here's a piece that one of our staff members, a man named Derek Thompson, wrote 2 weeks ago. It's an idea maybe we all thought we had, but nobody actually had till he surfaced it. So the article is called "The Millennial Urban Lifestyle is About to Get More Expensive." If you wake up on a Casper mattress, work out with a Peloton before breakfast, Uber to your desk at WeWork, order DoorDash for lunch, take a Lyft home, and get dinner through Postmates, you've interacted with 7 companies that will collectively lose nearly $14 billion this year. If you use Lime scooters to bop around the city, download Wag to walk your dog, and sign up for Blue Apron to make a meal, that's 3 more brands that have never recorded a dime in earnings. And he goes on to talk about what happens to the cost of being a millennial in our cities when these subsidies from venture capital end. We are in constant search of these ideas. The richest terrain for original ideas that we see is the revolution that's taking place in your cities. And while it may present as an execution nightmare for all of you, it is really a thrilling and privileged position for us to be able to report on it. Now, being in Washington and having the Nats here, it would be really excellent if I had for you a World Series joke to end. I don't have one. I have a Super Bowl joke, and it could be a long time till I need a Super Bowl joke. So I'll tell you the Super Bowl joke. So it's a Super Bowl, and there's an older man sitting at the 50-yard line, just extraordinarily good seats. And there's an empty seat right beside him. And there's a younger man in his 20s who's way up in the stands, and he's looking down at this empty seat. And at halftime, he goes down and says, "Excuse me, sir, is there anyone sitting there?" And the man goes, "No, go ahead, sit there." And then he explains that for 30 years, my wife and I never missed a game, and that's her seat. And the young man says, "Oh, I'm really sorry. You sure it's okay?" And he said, "No, it's just fine." So they're very quiet for a moment, and then the young man says to him, "It's the Super Bowl. Were there no family or friends who could be here?" And he said, "No, they're all at the funeral." Thank you for being here.